It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Black Knights and the Redwoods, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. And a very Merry Christmas to you and yours on this special day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. And I know both of us kind of feel the same way. If you're not going to be home with your family, celebrating with the ones you love, this is a pretty good second place. I think when you find out you're going to be not only calling or playing the only game in town, national holiday, everyone's home with their families watching you, in our case, listening to us, it's a pretty...
We hope you've had a great and Merry Christmas. And time to add one more gift under the tree. Off we go here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led by their quarterback, the veteran out of Auburn. It is Jarrett Stidham.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the number one goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all of those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week. Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he'll work this down inside the 35. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, here's Stidham. He's got it at about the 8. He is in. Gerald Everett, touchdown Redwoods. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And they're led by the number 1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
He's coming off such a strong performance last week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, but most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing here over these next 4 quarters.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They put Kelsey in motion. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Redwoods offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Stidham. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Stidham. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. A pickup there of 19 yards. And that will be a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
This one quickly out to Lockett. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. A play fake now. Stidham. And that is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Out quickly to Lockett. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down, so it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. Dicker's kick is good. And the Redwoods will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Black Knights offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Jordan Whitehead is there to bring him down. Second down and 8. Mayfield to throw. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Baker to throw. He'll try to run for it.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Redwoods offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll put Everett in motion here. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. To throw, it's Stidham. Now a screen set up for Harris. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's Stidham on 1st and 10. Lockett downfield, he's got it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
That is caught at the 3. And he will score. Tyler Lockett, touchdown Redwoods.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. He's going to keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. So after one, 17-0, the early score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A run here with Kamara. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's got a man. It's Walker. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Mayfield. He keeps it himself. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down. Give him 16 there, and a 1st down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
They put Kelsey in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Now Mayfield. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Now he'll run. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll run with Robinson. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. It's a give now to Kamara. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up. Now Jake Moody for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Black Knights are back in this one. It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Pringle now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Redwoods offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. A pass taken in by Harris. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They're going to motion their tight end, Hurst. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. On the ground, this is Harris. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. They try to run for it with Harris. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
He'll get that to Kadero Hodge. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll put Everett in motion here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. They run it over center with Harris. And it'll be brought down right around the 40. The rookie out of Florida State, Jared Verse, on the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll give it to Harris again. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's enough for a first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Redwoods. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Black Knights offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion comes Walker. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Throwing is Mayfield. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Derwin James there defensively to break that one up. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. A quick slant caught by Hill. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Taking off. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. On 1st down is Mayfield. Catch made there, left side by Walker. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. He runs with it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelce in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. Good blocking, and he's in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Black Knights. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half, and the kickoff's coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense, and Jarrett Stidham headed back onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score
and
wins.
We're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Black Knights offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. This throw right side is caught by Hill. 3rd and a yard. They put Kelce in motion. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. 18 yards on the pickup there, and that will be a first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. He's going to run it, and he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. They face second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Catch made right side by Thomas. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. That's enough for a first down. They go play action with Mayfield. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On play action, Mayfield. It is brought in the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Black Knights. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Pringle now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll put Everett in motion here. Here's Stidham on 1st and 10. He has Lockett over the middle. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's Harris. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Stidham. Open man, Demario Douglas. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Motion man, set right. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Harris. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stidham. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Punting time for the Redwoods, set to kick it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Black Knights offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
The visitors' offense and veteran Tyler Lockett getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. This one quickly out to Lockett. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Christian Harris there on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll put Everett in motion here. Around our shotgun, it's Stidham. That's complete to lock it outright. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On the give, it's Harris. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. 2nd and 7. Now Stidham. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. Strong. And he's going to be taken down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
This one caught at the 4, and he'll take it on in. Pop Douglas. Touchdown, Redwoods. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Nicholas Morrow there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. It's a touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Pringle now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Stidham to throw on second down. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on third down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs, and they're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Receiver in motion, going right. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now it's Harris. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Throwing is Stidham. And he'll finally eat this one. He'll go down. They got him in the backfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that third down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. We'll see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Here's 1st and 10. Baker to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Mayfield. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Mayfield. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, You can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 3rd and 5. To throw is Mayfield. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. That's Lockett downfield, he's got it. And he's taken down up past the 35.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll put Everett in motion here. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Here's Stidham. Out quickly to Lockett. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A give, and here comes Harris. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Another run here with Harris. Here's the Redwoods punt team now as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Room to run past the 30. And he's going to be taken down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Walker. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Now Mayfield. Now he'll run it. 25 yards, the pickup there. And that will be a first down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
They'll drop to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Right back to Kelsey again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. 2nd and 6 coming up. Mayfield to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Moody now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Black Knights have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Redwoods offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll put Everett in motion here. On 2nd down, it's Stidham. He's got his big target, Everett. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stidham. He'll air it out down the middle. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Throwing again. Stidham. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee one more time. And that should just about do it. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here. as he's down to a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it will be a very Merry Christmas indeed as they get the victory on this December night. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.